See you.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Monty. We
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really being here
All right, thanks for having me.
for sure. I gotta shout out my content producer Jamar because he really pushed for this interview. I think it was your testimony that really
Yeah,
spoke to him, and it
that's
spoke to
dope.
me too. So again,
Okay, I
thank
like
you
that. I like that. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, I'm happy to be here.
for sure. So can we get right into it with you?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Monty. So, again, we just mentioned it, but we want to tell you that we have actually taken the time to sit and listen to your testimony, and that's what we prefer to call it, if you don't mind.
Fine with me.
And your testimony, it is so inspiring. I mean, it gives hope to so many who may be in dark places right now and just can't seem to see the light, you know? Could you share with our viewers just a little bit about your testimony? I know,
Yeah,
you've had a journey.
yeah, yeah. Just a little bit, man. Just growing up. My mother was a prostitute and she was a drug addict. I grew up in the streets. I slept in crack houses. I slept in parks. I was in group homes. I was abused in foster homes. I was suicidal at one point. I was going through a really bad depression early on. Got some help. I'm a big advocate for therapy and getting help. It don't make you weak. Let people know out there, especially the fellas, it's okay to ask for help.
Yes.
Just going through all of that growing up, it just changes you. Luckily, I got some help. I got my swag back even after the foster abuse. I was locked in a room for 23 hours a day. It was a lot of, yeah, it was a rough childhood. And luckily, by the time I got to my last foster home, I just made a decision. That's something we got to do. Like, we're not really we don't really have control over what cards are dealt to us early on, especially when we're kids. But if you're fortunate enough to make it through that phase, like come out alive, it's really up to you at that point to decide, are you going to be, defined by what happened to you or move forward and create something new? So that's kind of what I did. So after being abused and living in foster homes, I went to college, got 2 college degrees. I'm sure we'll get into the acting stuff. I'll talk about that. I'm a motivational speaker. I traveled the country pre-COVID, and speak. And it's just, I say this every time I speak, we don't look like our story. We don't look like our story because we're greater than it. And anybody out there listening, what you've gone through in your life, it doesn't form you. Like people believe your experiences form you. I think it informs you. I think it gives you information on what to do, on what not to do. And what you do with that information is going to determine how you turn out and what kind of impact you have in the world. So, yeah, that's a little brief synopsis of everything.
Wow, what a story, what a testimony, And I really like what you just said there, how your experiences don't form you, they inform you. I'm gonna take that one. That was a
Oh,
gem.
yeah. I'm dropping dimes, pick it
Yeah.
up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep going. So you have spoken about being a Black boy and going to therapy, which we all know can be stigmatized in our community. You kind of
Of
hit on that
course.
briefly. Can you share with us why you feel therapy is absolutely necessary, especially for Black men, and what it did to specifically help you on your life journey?
Well, it's let's just be real. Like we're starting to see it now. It's called double consciousness. Black folks have to live with. We're very aware of our blackness, especially predominantly white environments, and so it could force you to kind of have. It's just a lot of trauma we go through. Just seeing it, whether you experience it personally or you're watching what's going on in the news and social media. So it's very important on top of being in a pandemic, on top of the civil unrest, on top of the personal stuff you might be going through. I know several friends who have unfortunately lost parents since the pandemic. It's so important. You got to take care of your mental health. Like we brothers especially, we stay in the gym, we stay physically fit. A lot of us are alphas, but that mental health, like that's
Yeah.
not something you can power through. That's something you got to work through. That's something you got to acknowledge. And it changes everything. The moment I admit I got mommy issues from when I was growing up, I have confidence issues, I dealt with depression. The moment I admitted that and started to get help, everything changed. Everything I have now, all my success, I can contribute a large factor is because of therapy. Because there's so much I had inside of me that was stopping me from really going after and reaching my potential. And a lot of brothers don't understand that. And so it's very important to go ahead, get your mental health right. Like that's everything. It's gonna make you better. It's gonna make your family better. It's gonna make the community better. It changes everything. That stigma, that's a excuse my language, that's a whack ass stigma.
Yeah.
Asking for help. Like, yeah, man up with all that stuff. Sure, man up and be a man, do all that stuff. You can't man up if your mental ain't there. Like you got to get your mental together. So yeah, everything I have right now wouldn't be possible if I didn't get help and if I wasn't having what I call courageous conversations when I have those moments of feeling like I'm not worthy enough or I'm not strong enough. So yeah, I live by it.
Wow, and it's so important. It is so important. You once said, actually, you just said it a few moments ago, about how, I want to quote you, our experiences don't form us, they inform us.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a particular situation, or how did you pretty much come to that conclusion on your own?
Well, I just looked at it. I was like, because I used to say it, I was like, oh, your experiences form you, your stories form you. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
because early on, I've gone through so much. I gave you the PG-13 version. I didn't tell you about how I had to stop my mother from getting raped or the drugs I've seen. And the first time I was around crack and needles, I didn't go through all of that. And I was like, hold up. My experiences can't form me because I became a positive person. I became a powerful person. I wasn't a victim of circumstances or a product of my environment. That changes everything. I was like, what made it different? It was information. So I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I knew what I didn't want to be. I saw the information. I saw the abuse I faced. I saw all the things, my mother getting beat. I saw all that. I'm like, I don't want to treat women that way. I don't want to grow up in the hood. I don't want to be like my cousins and a lot of my family locked up in jail, out there banging, selling, doing drugs. So I was like, oh, that was information. And luckily, I was blessed with just a clear mind to be like, ooh, okay, I don't want that. So let's do the opposite. So it doesn't form you, it informs you. And what you do with that information, and it's also more powerful because you don't feel like, oh, I'm a victim. My family comes from this, so I have to be that. No, I'm over here breaking cycles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
That really is powerful. I mean, because, to be honest, I was pretty much under the same thinking that your experiences typically do form you.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like we all kind of feel that way at one point or another, but hearing you break it down that way so clearly, you're right. I mean, I am nothing like what my experiences say that I should have been.
Yep.
The way that I grew up, I should not be, maybe sitting in front of you today even. But that just goes to show that my, experience didn't form me, but it absolutely informed me. So
All facts. All facts.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
So you started a talk space with your business partner, Dr. Julia Garcia, called Dose.
Yeah.
Could you explain what Dose is and what it means to you?
Dose is just a platform me and my partner, we created. It's to help amplify Black voices, share the Black experience, and give people an opportunity to explore their own biases. As Black folks, my business partner, she's like my best friend. She is white and Latinx, but she looks white. And so as an ally, she's like, I want to help out, but she can't be the voice. She understands the idea of the stigma of the white savior. So she's like, if I'm going to help create something that helps amplify the Black voice, it only makes sense for us to collaborate on that. And it's just an opportunity. Like, I love when people come to me. I do appreciate when people, especially potential allies, non-colored folks, you know what I'm saying? I love when they come and they ask because they don't understand our plight. They don't understand what it's like to move in this country being Black. So I love it when they come to me and ask, I don't know, can you help? And I love that, but it can get exhausting having to explain stuff that to you and I seem like it's common sense. When I hear people say, can you believe it? Yeah, bruh, I can believe it. So we created this platform where you can go on there, you get prompts, you get questions asked, and you, as a person of color, you can go ahead and give your real shared experience. So when other people come on there, they can look, oh, this is what it's like driving while Black. This is what it's like when you see all this stuff. And then you get to learn from that and you get to explore your own biases. I was watching something, Matthew McConaughey, he mentioned white allergies. And a lot of people have those allergies where certain things you're allergic to talking about. Race, police brutality, all these things, because you're in a position of privilege to where you have the option to not talk about these things. You have the option to ignore the stuff that you and I have to be face to face with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So the platform is just an opportunity to amplify these Black voices, for us to share our experiences, for other people to learn from our experiences, and then also explore their own individual biases.
Wow, so necessary. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Thank
No,
you to
no
both
doubt.
you and Dr. Garcia. I mean,
Oh,
that,
yeah, yeah.
that's fabulous. I'm gonna have to go on there and share some of mine.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, yeah.
For sure. So now let's change gears a little bit and talk about Tyler Perry's Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh. Now you play Bill Frazier.
Yeah, yeah.
First, let's say congrats on being cast in the role. I mean, 4 Black male leads.
Yeah.
Come on, that is special.
It's dope. It's what's funny about it is it's so rare because we got movies. You can look at Brothers, you can look at The Wood, you can even look at Best Man, but you can't find a show with 4 Black men. You can find it with white, you can even find it with some sisters, but you can't find it with 4 Black men. And that's the funny thing about it. We're like, yo, this is something new, which is crazy that we're in 2020 and now we're just seeing that on streaming platforms. Like, come on, stop it. Like, it's crazy, but I feel honored, especially in this time, because this is our civil rights movement. This is our generation's fight. So to be a positive representation of the spectrum of Black men and of Blackness, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing.
Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was going to piggyback off of what you said. We can find 4 Black men in movies. We can. But to be able to turn on my TV each weekday and see 4 Black men right in my living room, phenomenal.
It's good. Yeah, no, it's just good, especially not in a hyper masculine, hyper stereotypical way. I go for a lot of other roles and stuff, and I've been lucky. A lot of them have been a little more well-rounded, but many of them, it's very much on the spectrum. You're either the exception, the prototypical super Black man, the example, or you're way over here and you're the stereotype. So to just have 4 Black men that don't fit on either one of those extremes, nobody's overly toxic. Nobody's overly like, oh, you're perfect. Just the spectrum. When you watch, you can just see like, oh yeah, I got a brother that's like that. I got a brother like that. And it's a blessing to be a part of that, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's so fabulous. So can you talk to us a little bit about your character, Bill, and what he adds? Just go ahead and talk about him. Go ahead and talk about
My
him.
boy Bill, man.
What he adds to the bros.
Well, this is Bill. I think he's the chameleon. All the bros, if you watch the show, everybody has a very specific. You got my boy Tom, played by Monti Washington. He's the nice guy. He's the doctor. He's the successful thing. You got my boy Philip Mullins Jr. He's my guy. He plays Mike. He's the successful player, whatever. Bill is not a mess. And then you got my boy John. You got my boy John, who is played by my man Barry Brewer. He's kind of like the lovable loser, for lack of better words. And me, it's just like, I don't really fit into any one of those, but I ain't gonna say I'm a fan favorite. I get a lot of DMs. Women be going in on me. Because of, if you watch the show, you see I made the cardinal sin every man makes, letting the good woman go.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, I let a good woman go. So I spend the whole first season trying to get back what I lost, even though I realized it'd be when it was too late, or if it's too late, you got to watch to find out. But just that, it's a lot of women be like, I can't stand you. You just, I'm like, yo, first off, I've acted. Second off, men make mistakes. So my boy Bill, I'm there for the bros. It's all love. But I'm a lovesick puppy. I made a mistake. I let a good woman go. So I spend the season trying to rectify that mistake.
Yep. And we are salty about that one. So
I ain't mad at it.
Absolutely love the bond that you and the guys share on screen.
It
seems very authentic.
It is. It really is.
Yeah,
in real life, we are. In real life, we're really close. We got text messages. We got a group chat. It's really rare. Most of the time I go to set, I dap you up. I do my job. You do your job. We go our separate ways. I'll see you when I see you. It's very unique to have a set of people who are humble and hungry and understand, especially the way Tyler works. Is a very unique way of filming that you don't get any other set. and for us to come together and it's just have that true bond and friendship, it's rare. It's very rare.
Yeah, and it does come across on screen, and that's what I love so much about you guys, is that the authenticity of your friendship is very much portrayed in these roles.
That's real.
So cool. What would you like to see for your character, Bill, in the future? What kind of
I would like to see. What would you like to see? Let me hear you first.
Need to get it together. I'm sorry, but I'm an old girl. He's a mess.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Wait till y'all see the second season. If y'all thought Bill was the best the first season, I ain't gonna have no fast by the end of the second season. When I read the script, I was like, Tyler, I was like, bruh, what you do? Like, you try not to, like, it's a mess, but you know what? I love it because there's a reason for it. There's some depth to it and reason why he is a mess. And once you tune in for the second season next year, you'll see why. Now, it's still ain't gonna, the women's still gonna be like, that ain't no excuse, but there's a reason. And I hope it gives women out there a little insight into some of the dumb stuff men do, because it may seem completely illogical to y'all, but hopefully you get to see like, okay, I don't like it, but at least it makes sense now.
Okay, I guess.
But in the future, I would like to not be such a mess and have my ish together. I would like that if Tyler stopped doing it. Just come on, man.
Tyler doing you wrong. You and Miss Alice, who is played by Chandra Perelli Young, have some of the funniest scenes together.
Yeah.
What is it like working together on set with someone who is just so hilarious?
She's just who she is. Like, that's Mama right there. Her energy is so infectious. She's so sweet. Like, she just Mama. It's just funny because she's just ready. Her and Tyler, while we're filming, Tyler will be throwing stuff out in the moment that ain't in the script. And she pick it up, she throw it, and then we got to be in the moment. You got to respond. So it's so much fun. Like, we work so fast on set that you have to be so present with each other. And it can't be sometimes actors, I know I have in the past, and I've worked with people where it's like they have their mind made up about what they're going to do, what they're going to say. And they're not just like this conversation, it's an equivalent exchange. We all are right there present with each other. And whatever you throw at me, I'm throwing back at you. And it's just, it's magic. It's special, all the stuff that happens in a moment.
Man, it sounds like a lot of fun, but I guess as someone who's not an actress, it sounds like a lot of work to be in the moment. And he's throwing stuff at you, and then you got to be present with your co-star. It's just, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a different muscle you got to work. Trust me, it's an experience unlike any other set, but it prepares you because the show I'm working on now, it's a lot easier for me to work like that because Tyler really made it to where we had to up our game in order to deliver the way we're supposed to. So it just makes it easy.
Yeah, it definitely speaks to your talent. That's for sure. That's for sure. So you are not only on one popular series, bruh, but you've been blessed to also be a part of UMC's Stuck With You.
Yeah.
And BET's Game People Play. You're a busy man.
We working. I'm blessed. I've been in the game for 10 years grinding. I'm now seeing the fruits of my labor. So, I'm hungry, I'm humbled, but I earned all of this. It's 10 years of grinding and a lot of no's. So, Stuck With You. It's on UMC. Great. We got renewed for a second season. In fact, we're currently filming the second season. It's going to come out sometime next year. And it's a fun show. It's shout out to director and writer Patricia Cuffey Jones. Pat, she's amazing. Our leading lady Tammy Townsend. It's dope, and it's just a different character from Bill. That's the thing I love about it. It's a completely different character. Yeah. I'm still trying to take another man's woman, but the way I go about it with this character, Vaughn, is different. I think people like that character a little more than Bill, but it's a blessing to be working in it. Same thing with Games People Play. We're finally coming back this upcoming year. We should be filming sometime early next year, depending on the COVID situation. But I'm just blessed to be able to be working, to be able to work with amazing cast, amazing writers and directors. And it's just, you put in work, you stay consistent and things start to show, but you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready for what you want. If you want that blessing, be ready for it.
Absolutely. Preparation meets
all
opportunity.
day.
Absolutely. So between bruh, UMC stuck with you and games people play, which of your characters do you feel like you can relate to the most?
Who I can relate to the most? You know, it's weird. It's a little bit of all of them because my character in Stuck with You, for instance, Vaughn, he's very straightforward. He don't play no games. He's gonna let you know what he wants, and when I want something, I'm gonna go after it, and I like that. Bill, he's a bit of a mess. I'm a bit of a mess, not in my relationships. I don't. That's too much. I keep it simple, but in my life, I'm just a disorganized mess. My lady looks at me all the time like, Jesus, help him. Like I'm just a bit of a mess, but also like Bill, I'm that friend who's a different friend for everybody. Like I kind of mold myself to meet the needs of whatever the people who are close to me. So if you need a shoulder to cry on, I can be that. If you need somebody to kick you in the ass to get you to move, I can do that too. And then with my character Terrence on Games People Play, he's just a mature, methodical individual. I like that. Like when I'm about something, I plan it out. I see it. I go about it in a very methodical way. So I like that. So I've been blessed to the good thing is they're all characters for like essentially new shows. So I was cast because of what I do and what I bring. So I got to bring a lot of myself to each one of these characters as opposed to jumping on a show that's been around for a while. And I have to be like, okay, this is how they're doing it. I need to fit into that. I got to kind of bring my own stuff, my own uniqueness, which I'm grateful for.
Wow. Okay. That definitely answered that question. So you see bits of yourself in each.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Hopefully less of Bill.
no, definitely. Hey, Bill is fun to play because that's not like me. Like I'm in a happy, loving relationship. I don't think nope, I haven't let a good woman go. So I ain't doing that, and I don't play to go back to ex's game. I don't do that. So I'm good. I ain't like that. But Bill is fun to play. Wait till y'all see the second season. Oh Jesus. Whew. Yo, I'm scared.
So speaking of the second season, speaking of future, what is in store for Monti Washington's future?
Whew. Right now, just I'm finishing up the second season of Stuck with You. Waiting to hear back from Games People Play. We're supposed to be doing it sometime next year, but with COVID, you just don't know, especially out here in LA with all the spikes and stuff. But Lord willing, early next year, we film that second season of Games People Play. I've been auditioning like crazy. I've been on hold for some pretty big roles. So I'm just at a point in my career where the momentum is going. I'm getting a lot of opportunities, and I'm writing my own stuff. I had a meeting today with my director and writing partner, working on my own content, my own show. So just staying active and just staying ready. It's been a crazy year, but I say this to everybody that's on. There's abundance of opportunities out there. There are an abundance of opportunities if you prepare for them and you start to create them for yourself. And that's just kind of the space I've been operating on. Like, I feel guilty. This year has been incredibly abundant for myself. But it's also, thank God, but also my mindset. I've been really focused. And I know a lot of people who've lost, but I know a lot of people who have been winning. So I got my own goals. I got my own things I'm trying to manifest and be intentional about for next year. And it's going to be even bigger than what's going on now. But I'm just staying in that headspace. And I encourage everybody, like, yo, a loss ain't a loss. You know what I'm saying? You can take a couple losses and turn that into a W real quick. You know what I'm saying?
That.
Oh yeah. You just got to adjust the angle. You got to adjust how you think. So that's it. And also with my motivational speaking, I've been doing a lot of virtual gigs. I did my last virtual one with a school in Hawaii last night here. So just setting it up. You gotta create, find opportunities within the midst of all this craziness and create. And I'm telling you, it's next year is gonna be an abundant blessing year. I'm claiming it for everybody out there.
Absolutely. I receive that.
Receive it. Hey, receive it.
None of y'all watching receive it. I got it. Okay? Got all of us.
Yeah. So yeah,
Love
I'm just blessed. I'm just blessed, man.
Yeah, working hard, and it is paying off. So
yeah.
much success to you, many blessings to you. And we just hope to see more of it.
Yeah.
We heard through the grapevine during our research that you are an amazing poet.
Oh, I got a little bit.
We heard that you are great, and we were just wondering if you would just share just maybe a snippet of some of what you've written for us.
Okay, let me dig in that. Let me go. I ain't performed poetry in a minute. Oh, okay, I got a little something. I'm a metaphor for metaphors, been poems you never heard before. Assembling an assembly of similes simply because imagery is made in the image of me. So if your imagination can imagine images and give out prison bids and the life sentences, then the sentence is your prison kid, confined to the outline lines designed to keep you in line. My words put ideas in your mind like inception. Misdirected was the message. Life's a bit that you without a contraceptive. So you got burned, but you never learned that life is an odyssey with plenty of oddities and odds to see. Obviously, thinking positively, you can probably beat any odds you see, but it's hard to see when your optics leak into a sea of obsolete, swimming up shit's creek until shit gets too deep and you can't even stand on your own 2 feet. Peace.
Woo!
Alright.
Okay.
A little something. I had to dig something in the memory for that.
Yes, that was fire. Yes.
Hey, we do a little
Emojis
something.
speak for themselves. That was
Hey.
fire.
Hey, I love it. It's another art form. If you're a performer, find a way to maximize all your talents in the arena and just, yeah, never stop creating. If you're a creator, create. If you're a writer, write. If you're an actor, act. Never
Oh
stop.
my gosh. So talented. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
Woo!
you so much.
Left some energy in the room.
Hey, that's what we're here for.
Thank you. Now, this is one of my favorite questions. Actually, the last question that we have for you for tonight.
Okay.
But giving each other our flowers, while we're still here is a new trend that's happening, but I don't even think it should be called a trend anymore. I mean,
Right.
I just think it's so important to do. We just need to celebrate each other now while
Absolutely.
we are here. So if you could give anyone their flowers, anyone famous or otherwise, who would that person be for you and why?
Ooh. Oh my God.
That's a tough one.
I'm normally on point with the questions coming up quick. You know what? There's so many. This is it's gonna be a cop out, but there's so many famous people in my personal life. Goodness, this is gonna go to anybody out there whose time hasn't come. Like any struggling artist, any struggling actor, anybody who you're just like, I've been at this for a long time and I can't catch a break. Get your flowers. Like, you all right. Like, you know how much strength it takes to be a creative, to be an artist, to go a non-traditional route. And this is no shot at anyone who does a traditional kind of job, but there's a roadmap. If I want to be a doctor, there are steps to take. I can be a doctor. Same thing with a lawyer. If you're trying to be in music, a writer, you're trying to be in the entertainment business, you're trying to start your own, there's no right way to do it. You just got to keep doing it. There's no path. So anybody who hasn't made it yet or is struggling, like, shouts out to you. I'm giving you flowers now because it takes courage. And when people hit you with that, oh, you ain't make it yet, or what have you been in, or you still ain't, shut the hell up with that. Like, it takes so much courage to go after your dreams. So anybody who's saying, I'm not taking a safe route, I'm not going to stay in my comfort zone, I'm going after my dreams, I'm giving you your flowers right now.
Wow. Oh, God. That has to be my favorite answer. I'm sorry. I love everyone. I love you all. Like, all the interviews are fabulous. But that just really spoke to me. It's so personal and it's so special. Thank you so much.
You got it.
That is so special. And to anyone watching, I really do hope that you receive those flowers on this evening. So,
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, you've been wonderful. Your testimony is amazing. I appreciate you for sharing even just a little bit of it with us. You've been dropping gems all night.
Hey, that's it. I hope y'all picked them up.
I got mine. Like I said, I don't know.
Hey.
I got my gems.
I love it.
Speaking of gems, make sure you're following me over at Hwood Gems, and make sure you're following Monti Washington. Monti, make sure you, not make sure, could you please let us know when and where we can tune into Bruhs?
All right, so Bruh, we just did the season finale last week, but it is streaming on BET Plus. You can go ahead and get UMC and Get Stuck With You. Also, the first season of Games People Play is also streaming on BET Plus. We got that second season coming to y'all, but yeah, BET Plus is where it's at right now, and Stuck With You is on UMC.com. Just, check it out. We making moves. We're not stopping.
All right. Well, Monti, thank you again. You enjoy the rest of your evening or afternoon, depending.
I know, right? No doubt. Thank you for having me. All right. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.